when I built my first company, my first real company, it was a couple of years after college. I had already worked 4 or 5 years, and I built my first business, and it was the first fintech or financial technology company in Mexico. And we were very successful, grew to several countries, merged with other companies, and then be able to sell it for a significant price. And then I thought I was a great entrepreneur. I moved to the US and built a company, a mortgage company that was the trend at the moment. And 2008, you have to imagine what happened. It was really painful. In a week, we had to decide to shut it down. And we had to fire 120 people in a day. It was really, really hard. And by the way, all the money I made in my first company, I've lost it all. And then I had a lot of issues in my life. And as I explained, I had to rethink myself. Every time I get into one of these tough moments, I always go back to my tribe. And my tribe is this group of people that have really helped me understand what I'm doing and have these conversations, these tough conversations where I'm completely open of what's going on, and they help me kind of figure out where I am. And for me, that tribe is being EO, Entrepreneurs Organization. It's an amazing, amazing organization of entrepreneurs all over the world. We're around 15,000 members today. And I joined EO 22 years ago. And I remember I was in my company growing really fast. We were being very successful on the outside, but on the inside, it felt really bad. It was tough. I was having a lot of really bad nights. And a fellow entrepreneur heard about it and invited me to EO, and it had really changed my life. So EO has shown me in these 22 years I've been a member many things. The first one is I'm not alone. I thought I was unique. My situation was unique, and what was happening to me, I was the only one in the world going through that. No. All entrepreneurs, or most entrepreneurs, go through the same process. 2, every problem or opportunity I had in business, someone already had it and already figured out how to fix it, was coached through it or whatever. So it really gave me a tribe of people that were having the same issues that I was having. Let me give you an example. I remember 6 months into being a member of EO, I remember I went to my forum, my group, in my tribe, and I told them that I was having these issues with one of my co-founders. And one of the members said, "Why don't you fire the co-founder?" And I was like, "What do you mean? He's a co-founder. He has the same rights that I have." And he was like, "Well, yes, as a stockholder, but as an employee, you're the CEO. Your job as the CEO is to have the best person for the job doing the work. And if you're the CEO and one of your co-founders is not the right person, you should fire the person." And I was like, "How can I do that? He has the same rights that I have." And he was like, "No, you have to learn how to divide." So it was really easy for me after that, with that change of perspective. And I asked one of my co-founders to leave the day-to-day operation. He stayed as a founder, made a lot of money, but he was not the right person for the operation, as an example. So one of these big issues that I was having, everyone was having these issues, and we had this space to kind of learn together and grow together and be able to go through these issues together. And of course, this brings me to the third thing that I've learned. You need a tribe. Like going to be an entrepreneur on your own is really, really hard. It's hard enough to be an entrepreneur, and going alone is much harder. So you have to have this tribe. And for me, it's been EO, and now I've been a member of YPO for the last 5 years. And both tribes have been amazing to help me go to the next level as a leader and be able to take my companies to the next level. And the last thing that I've learned is every problem or opportunity, as I shared before, someone else went through that. But most of them, someone already wrote a methodology, a book or a system, did a course or something, and can walk you through the process. And here's where delivered practice comes, and it has changed the way I run my business. Remember, Michael Gladwell gave us in his book Outliers that if you do something for 10,000 hours, you're going to do great. Yeah, but you could do something wrong for 10,000 hours and still do it wrong. You need to do deliberate practice. Then someone guides you to the process on how you do that right. And that's the methodologies that I realize they're everywhere in the world, in books, methodologies, coaches, mentors, other entrepreneurs. And instead of me having to reinvent the wheel, I just had to figure out who is the expert in the field or who has gone through that same issue, and then get some guidance and then follow deliberately or practice what they're recommending in a deliberate way. And I was going to get out of the problem much, much faster. So when I attended Birthing of Giants, it was an amazing program with entrepreneurs. But most importantly, I met Vern Harnish, the founder of EO, and today the author of Scaling Up. And Vern has become a great friend and a great mentor of mine, and has really challenged me and coached me through my personal development and being the entrepreneur that I am today. And today, we're also partners. We built the Growth Institute together 10 years ago. And it started in a conversation that him and I were having, that we were saying, hey, we need to have an institute that is related to us, that will help mid-market companies scale. We believe there's a lot of scale-ups in the world, and there's a lot of support for startups in the world. And there's a lot of great support for big corporations. But there's no one that really helps you in the mid-market corporation, how to really scale a company. And that's why we co-founded Growth Institute 10 years ago. And Scaling Up, that is the book written by Vern, is the Bible that I use today to run Growth Institute and all the companies that I've scaled in the last 22 years. And most importantly, all the 11,000 entrepreneurs we've helped inside Growth Institute or through Growth Institute to be able to scale their company.